We getting over this hump together. That's me, Evangelist Angie B., Amazon International #1 best-selling author, mother, daughter, sister, friend to some, entrepreneur. Angie B. is a mental health advocate, a motivational speaker, an ambassador for alopecia awareness, and media personality. Hello, everyone. I am the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B., and I'm honored to be here with you, a domestic violence survivor. She has endured physical and mental trauma and shares her testimonies around the world. Recently named by Contessa's Court, Women in Business 2023, we've been over some humps. And we getting over this hump together. Let's get it started.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B, and it is another Wednesday, so we are here bringing you, we getting over this hump together. And the reason why I do this show is because so many of us have humps. We have problems or situations or concerns, things that's just, messing with us. And we feel like we're the only ones going through it. Oh Lord, why me? Oh Lord, how come? We just feel like we're the only ones going through it. But like my big mama and them used to say, if you keep living long enough, you're going to find somebody else that's going through it with you. And the way they get over the hump may be an option that you never even thought of. Could be. So I'm thrilled because I have a very special guest that I'll bring into the studio in just a moment. Sister Lewis. You know how you look at social media sometime and you see somebody that's just fabulous, just got it all together, just look good, sound good, talking good, know she's smelling good. That's Sister Lewis. That's Sister Lewis. And she's such an inspiration. If I'm in a book, she in the next book. If she in a book, then I'm in the book. We're right there sharing our experiences and loving on people. And we got a couple of humps that we want to discuss. We are women of interesting ages. We've got some health situations and but we still got it together. We keeping it right and tight for Christ. So I thought we'd bring Sister Lewis in and just talk about some things that you might not think of right now because you're younger or you've been there, done that, you got over it, or you just can't relate. But I bet you if you keep thinking about it and you apply some of the things that we're going to talk about, whether it's for you or for somebody else, at least you will have the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to share. So I'm excited. Let's give a big round of applause to my guest, Mr. Lewis. Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
Hey, gorgeous. I woke up this morning, so I have no complaints, sis. No complaints.
I know that's right. And yeah. that is definitely the way we have to look at things. We got to wake up feeling blessed. Got to wake up feeling blessed. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, so tell everybody a little bit about you. Where do you live? What keeps you busy during the day?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is I want to thank you, Sister Angie, for giving me this opportunity. And I thank the good Lord for waking us both up this morning. That being said, God has blessed me to live to see 70 plus years. On May 1st, May 6th, you wake up and I'm going to be 71. And most days I'm in my right mind and can still walk and talk and chew gum. How you like that?
At the same time.
Yes.
And we are both May babies.
At the same time.
Because my birthday is May 8th.
Oh,
so we will be celebrating together.
That's right. That's right. So I live in Toledo, Ohio with my wonderful husband. And we have two Shih Tzus that are here at my feet, Buddy and Bella. And we are parents of 4 adult children and 8 grandchildren in different states on this side of the Mississippi. And we just love it here. We came here for my husband's job, and we'll soon be moving, but we don't know where. So we'll wait until the Lord tells us and shows us where. And that's pretty much me. I'm a wife, mother, sister. My parents are gone, transitioned. I'm still their daughter. My grandchildren call me Gigi. My sister friends just call me Joe or Joanne or Hey Girl or whatever it is. Like you said, I am an author, new author. I'm working on my third anthology contribution. I know, right? And I am a retired Ohio licensed social worker, and that's enough of that. Yeah.
So my first question for you is, how are you able to readjust after a move, especially when the move may not be someplace you want to go to, but yeah. How do you readjust?
I was born and raised in Cleveland area, Ohio, all my life. When my husband and I met and we married, like 6 to 8 months later, we purchased a home and built a home in Berea, Ohio. From there, he received a new blessing of a job and moved to Chicago. From Chicago, we moved to Seattle. Now we're back to Ohio. Adjusting after a move is not always easy. I've gotten a little bit better at it, I think. Emotionally, you get attached to people, and then you have to listen. It's not like being in the military, but I understand it better now. Yeah, I understand it better now. And I found that until you find the church that God sends you to, that I had to learn to depend on my faith rock that I have, that's been built in me since I was little, and it's just developed. So that's what helps me the most. And then I like to walk. I walk with Girl Track. So when we got here to Toledo, there was no Girl Track. So I started a Girl Track here in Toledo. Nevertheless, I like to walk. I like to walk. Walking is a therapy to me.
Really?
Oh, I can walk for an hour and a half and then walk back.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That is a blessing. That is a blessing. Okay, so I want to know about your journey to become an author. What made you decide to sit down and start writing?
I have been writing probably since my junior year in high school. And I love to write. And I had 2 wonderful English teachers that just encouraged me. Maybe you want to think about turning it this way, or maybe you want to think about adding this to that. And I kept doing that. It wasn't until this year that I got my boost from the Lord to say, nope, you got to do this now. And that's what happened. That's how I became a published #1 best-selling contributor to this anthology, working my way to number 2 and 3.
Oh my goodness, goodness.
Yes, that is good.
Wow. That was and continues to be a very fun project.
It is. It really is.
Very, very fun. Yeah, I've been enjoying looking at the other stories. Sometimes you're all involved with what you wrote to be sure punctuation and everything's correct. But then you start looking at everybody else's story and you're like, oh, I'm in good company.
I'm in good company. I am in good company. And being an alopecia, I am in great, wonderful, beautiful company.
Yeah. That was our first question that just came in. Somebody wanted to know, are we fashionable this evening, or is it something else? And so, yes, we are sister alopecians. And,
yes, we are.
we make it fashionable and we make
Yes,
it about something else.
that's right. That's right. Yes, yes, we do.
So show us the book cover and tell us a little bit about what you wrote
Okay. This
in
is
the.
an anthology. It's called
Mhm,
Baldness with Boldness, and the visionary is Dr. Annie Newborn. And
mhm.
it number one Amazon bestseller in 20 categories. Dr. Tamika Hall is the publisher, editor publisher.
One, two,
And
three.
my contribution on the back, let's see, that's me in the pink and green there, representing my sorority, you see.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I wrote about my process, what happened when I woke up and really figured out what was happening with my hair.
Right.
And it was quite a traumatic experience. And I didn't have anybody, I didn't have a roadmap at the time, with the exception of Jamie Elmore out of Seattle, Washington.
Hmm, hmm.
Jamie is she's just a jewel.
Yes.
And so I had Jamie and the alopecia support group to lean on. But that
Right.
was because my hair was starting to thin.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until, you want me to tell how I became bald?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Um, it happened when we were in Seattle, and I had a lot of trauma happen there. I was in a car accident where I sustained a traumatic brain injury. I shared with you one time that I lost my ability to read. I lost my ability to spell. I didn't understand the words were there. I knew the words, but they just wouldn't come out. I lived with a headache for 2 solid years.
Mm-hmm.
So I had multiple injections trying to stop the pain. And the last time it was just too much. And I told the good Lord, if you want me to live with this pain, I'll live with it, but I'll never let a doctor do this to me again.
Right.
And shortly after that, my pain went away. God blessed me and took the pain away. So one day I was in the shower, and you know how you just touch the back of your hair a little bit,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
wet. And I looked at my hand, and it was full of hair. I'm like, what? You did it on this side, more hair. Hair was all over me. In the shower, I had to collect myself really quickly. There were no time for tears. And I called the dermatologist. She got me in the next day. And and prior to going to the dermatologist, when I looked in the mirror at the back of my head, all the hair was just, I could just do this and the hair was just falling out.
Oh my God.
So I had patches at that point. So I went to the dermatologist and she said, well, I have two things for you. She said, you do have alopecia. It's androgenic alopecia. Your hair won't grow back. And I can offer you a series of steroid injections. I said, no, I don't want any injections. I was just done with that.
Right.
But
Right.
we can offer you a pill, but we don't know how it reacts in the female body.
Oh
I
well,
said, no,
forget that.
thank you.
You really.
That, Angie, was the first day that I count as me saying yes to me. I said no to all the other stuff. No, no, no. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want that. I did not wear a wig, not one time.
Mm-hmm.
I finally, it was coming out more and more, and I found
Mm-hmm.
myself an old school barber. I told him what was going on. I said, I'm coming in. He said, okay. I wanted to make sure that after he took whatever was left there off, that when I turned around and looked in the mirror, I would like the face that I saw. Had on my hoop earrings, my red
Yes.
lips,
Yeah.
put on some eyebrows, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when he took it off, the rest of it off, he turned me around and I went, I said, I like her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just kept going after that. There are so many days that it is not easy for a lot of different reasons. Who knows? It may the wind may blow one way, you know.
Yeah.
But you learn to adjust. You
Mm.
learn to adjust.
So somebody sent in a question
Yes.
and said, how were you diagnosed with alopecia? So I think the question may have come in while you were talking about the dermatologist.
Okay.
The dermatologist just take one look at you, or did she take some samples? She,
There wasn't a need for a biopsy.
yeah,
It was very clear that the hair had fallen out from the top of my head all the way in the back. It's like looking in a crowd, you see a bald man,
yeah,
and he has that circle back there.
yeah.
That's what it looked like. So there was nothing for her to diagnose. It was just apparent that
Wow.
those hair follicles were gone, and I had
Mhm.
soft skin right in there.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
the temples, um, yeah.
incredible.
So yeah.
Incredible. Incredible. Thank you for answering that. And
Oh,
so
sure.
the next question that came in is, why don't you wear wigs? And I want to answer that first, and then I'm
Go
going to let
ahead.
you answer it. I
Hmm.
spent so much money on
Hmm.
wigs and weaves and hair pieces and hats that had hair hanging off the bottom. Off the bottom. One day, financial literacy will teach you to make a list of everything you spend money on. And
Hmm.
then, sometimes you'll be shocked to see where your money is actually going. And so I did
Yes.
that one day and realized I was making car payment money on hair.
Hair.
And it was
Somebody
cheap
else's
hair.
hair. Yeah.
Wasn't even I wasn't even doing the human hair because I said I didn't want to spend that much money.
Mm.
So after a while, you kind of realize, why am I buying this hair, for myself or for somebody else? And I
Hmm.
decided I wanted to put the money somewhere else. So,
Hmm.
what was your reason for not going into wigs?
I didn't want a wig. I simply did not want it. I didn't want to feel like I was covering up anything.
Right.
And that was just me. I was of the feeling that even though I was born with a lot of hair, curl, the little locks, just but that's okay because God made my head first in my vision, and my
Mm-hmm.
head is just fine,
Yes, it is.
and I felt fine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's just a
Mhm.
personal choice that people make.
Okay. 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 So that's our first hump for the day. If you are dealing,
Yes.
and we don't want to assume that everybody knows that August is National Hair Loss Awareness Month and September
Hmm.
is
It's
National Alopecia Awareness Month. We don't want you to
yes,
assume that, because some people are still new to this. We're not telling you that the solution to alopecia is to find an old school barber or to find a wig. What we are
hmm
telling you to do
hmm
is to be true to yourself with whatever it is you
yes,
decide to
yes,
do.
yes,
I
yes.
I want people to understand that whatever the decision is, you can go back and forth with it. I've met
Hmm.
alopecians that love their bald heads, but when it's cold outside, they'll do it.
They put a hat on.
If it's a hair hat or a scarf or a silk lined hat or whatever it is, and don't feel guilty about it. I have a friend who's
Oh
a
no.
Eastern Star, and during the parade, the MLK parade one year in January, she was riding the float. And she showed up with her wig on, and all of her sisters were like, "Well, what is that for?" And she's like, "It's cold
It's
outside."
cold. That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, don't
Yeah.
feel like.
And when you have hair, yeah, when you have hair, you don't really pay attention that what is it, 80 something percent of your body heat comes, that way out or this way in. And when you don't have hair, it's all on you. It's cold.
Hmm. Hmm. And speaking of Jamie Elmore, which I love her Bald Life magazine, I just
Yes.
love what she does. But um, she did a podcast once that I had an opportunity to be a part of, and she talked about the effects of having no hair anywhere. We think it's just an
Yeah.
inconvenience that we have to put on our eyebrows, but the
Hmm.
eyebrows do something. They stop dust
Oh
and
yes.
dirt and stuff from getting
Yes.
in our eyes. And so
Yes.
she talked about nasal passages when you
Yes.
don't have
Yes.
hair and your nasal packs, you're constantly
Mm-hmm.
sniffing or clearing
Sniffling.
or
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just kind of keep in mind it's not just what's on our head or what's not on our head, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Every birthday I get out a razor and I shave my legs, even though there's nothing there. I just feel like shave shave my legs this year, you know.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
So the
Yeah.
next question for you is, how old did you say you were?
May 6th, I will be 71 years of vibrant life.
Oh, Lord, I tell you.
71.
What do you
And
think?
people say, why do you always tell your age? I said, just think, if I stop telling my age, you won't know that I'm blessed to this point. Everybody didn't get this gift. And
Mhm,
I appreciate that God woke me up and He let me breathe through all the challenges and the stresses that I thought.
mhm,
He just said, baby girl, it's all right. That's just gonna pass just like the wind.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So when I voice that I'm 71, that's my another way of me giving God praise for this 71 years.
Yes, yes, yes. To be able to
Mm.
recover from traumatic brain injury and write,
Yes,
it just
yes.
and we are twinlings again, because I it has been one year since I've been diagnosed with traumatic brain injury, and I've gone back
Hmm.
to school, and I'm realizing comprehension is, you know, and I keep thinking, well,
Yes.
Sister Lewis said, so I'm not by myself, you know. It just
No, you're not by yourself. Yeah, you're not
yeah.
by yourself. I still have moments where I'll be trying to say a word, and it just won't come, and I'll just say, okay, I'll come back to that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I believe we give ourselves enough grace to be able to do
Oh
that.
yes, I had to learn to give myself grace.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I
Absolutely,
had to learn
absolutely.
that.
My God, I tell you.
Hmm.
Okay, so next question has come in. Well, it's not necessarily a question. She just stated, I have been trying to write this book now for over a year. Help. And I get it.
Okay,
I get it. I get it. So
I
go
get
ahead.
it.
Tell us
I
what got you there.
I went back to lessons from high school in English, free writing. When you just take the pen and you just start writing, whatever it
Right.
is, the chair is blue, the ground is gray, you just keep writing. Eventually, you'll write all the noise out, and you'll come to what you're supposed to put on your heart says to put on the paper. But
Okay.
there's noise there, and it's
Yeah.
just noise. It's noise. It's noise. Oh, I don't have time. I have to do the laundry. Oh, I got to pick up this one from school. Oh, I forgot this at the grocery store. Oh, I got to call about. That's noise. And
Mm.
when you can block out the noise,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then you give yourself the space to let your writings, your works, your original works come through.
Mm. Beautiful.
And I
Beautiful.
write just like I talk. I don't have fancy words. I am a plain spoken, thoughtful writer.
It's so cool. I'm so glad about that. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Oh,
Mm-mm.
she's laughing. She just texted me back, said thank you. LOL.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
honey. Yes.
Because I'm good about telling people, okay, you've got to schedule time to write. Make it
Mm-hmm.
a priority. Like if homework is due on Tuesday and Thursday, then
Mm-hmm.
you write on Wednesday and Friday, or
Yeah.
you schedule it. And now I'm realizing that I'm encouraging people to schedule time away from the noise.
Yes. Away from the noise.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about aging gracefully
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
body aches and pains. And I'll tell you a story. I'm going to talk about somebody that I love dearly that somehow or another injured their finger. Okay, their finger
Mm-hmm.
on their dominant hand, I believe. So, just
Mm.
annoying enough to where why is this taking so long to heal? Okay. Well, my
Mm-hmm.
dad says, well, you ain't 20 years old no more, so it's going to take time for stuff to heal. But this particular person has been waiting patiently, finally went to the doctor. What's the first thing they
Yeah.
do? They give you an injection.
Oh yeah.
And injection hurts like I don't know what, but for 2, 3,
Yes.
maybe months, the finger is moving, it's grooving, you
Oh
back to
yeah.
normal, right? Until
Until.
that day when it's like it's worse than before. So then you go back
Mm-hmm.
to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, yeah, you got more swelling and more scar tissue. We just need to go on and have surgery. So then this person is like, well, I shouldn't have done the injection. Okay, I
Yes.
know we trying to follow doctor's instructions, and insurance companies in this country won't just jump to fixing it.
No,
They want to try this and try that, and okay, I understand that.
I get it.
But she's kind of beating herself up over it, that it's just a finger. And now you've been on social media, Sister Lewis, with a boot on your
Yes, ma'am. That's why my leg is propped up under this table right now. I don't know what happened, but my ankle started swelling and started turning black and blue. And I said, I better go into the urgent care. Fast
Mhm.
forward, I went to the doctor after I went to urgent care. And she says, well, it's not broken, but there's a bone on top of your foot that's displaced, pushed back. And there's a tendon that runs from your arch all the way up to your calf
Yep.
that's
Yep.
severely strained.
Yes.
So 3 weeks in and 3 or 4 more to go. So you just roll with the punches, you know?
And keep hobbling around on that boot.
Yes. I can't walk outside like I used to. So I do my
Mhm.
exercises on the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just find other parts of the body to work out.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that is encouraging to somebody, because
Yeah.
we're still in this world and stuff still happens.
Yes. Yeah,
So
my dad passed away when he was 96, 97, a couple years ago.
mm,
And he would tell us
mm,
all, he said, babe, if you stop moving, you're in trouble. You gotta keep
yeah,
moving. You're in trouble
yeah,
if you sit down. Don't sit down. I have a picture of him. He was probably 95, strapped to his walker with the wheels, no, with the lawnmower, pushing the lawnmower. Daddy said, you gotta keep moving. You can't stop. You can't sit down.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
So I,
I
I
love it.
keep moving.
Praise the Lord. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple of videos that we need to play. I want to introduce some things to some folks. And
Yeah.
I know we've got a couple more questions that have come in.
Hmm.
So we'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere,
All
everybody.
right.
New from Inspired, the Alopecia Awareness Special Edition. Visit laderopress.com. 9 brave souls share their alopecia journey in this Confinement Chronicles Special Edition. Online everywhere. Hashtag I refuse to stop being me. The Alopecia Awareness Edition, encouraging testimonies birthed out of the 2020 pandemic. Stories written and compiled by Angie B. and Barty Productions. Published by Ladero Press. Inspired. Reading for the whole person.
Hi, this is author Avalon Celeste Brown. I am the visionary of this project. Recently, I've been speaking to different nurses who have been expressing and voicing their challenges and their frustration while working in the field. So I decided to reach out to different nurses from different specialties and bring them together to create a book so that they can write about their experiences, their challenges, their frustrations that they experienced in nursing and how they overcame them and why those challenges did not make them quit. This is going to be a very important book for the next generation of nurses because they can see that they are not alone out there. The nurses before you have gone through these same type of challenges, these same frustration, but they never allowed it to make them quit because nursing is their passion. And this is what we want you to know. Keep your passion. Never let them make you quit.
Audiobook produced and promoted by Angie B. Productions.
Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Terrence Horn Jr., aka T-Horn the Uncool. And I got a cool bit of information I'd like to share with you guys. See, recently I participated in a podcast called Dad's on Duty with my boy Clarence C. Doug Williams. And it was a real good time. So if you're interested in seeing or hearing that, check it out and support my boy Clarence C. Doug Williams. You should be able to find it on our social media pages and other platforms. But I still have to say this. That the interview went so good, the production company behind the show, Angie B. Productions, reached out and asked me that I want to do my own podcast. So if you know me, when opportunity comes knocking, I'm opening that door, you feel me? So starting April 2nd, 2024, on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., you'll be able to connect with me on my new podcast, Conversations with T-Horn the Uncool. It's going to be a fun, edgy experience where we talk about hot topics, real issues, and feel free to say those out-of-the-box things that most would be scared to say. Respectfully, though, it's going to stream on multiple social media outlets, so you'll always have a way to watch or listen. I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and so many more. All brought to you by Angie B. Productions. Right now, we're in the startup stage, so we're going to need your help. I'm looking to set up my first line of guest advertisers and musical artists. So if you're interested in being a guest, man, hit me up. If you want to advertise your business or product or event, hit me up. Or if you got a hot song or music video you want to play it for all to see and all to hear, hit me up. Hit me up. You can reach me on my fan page, www.facebook.com/T-the-Uncool. Just leave me a message. Besides all that, we're getting this thing going, y'all, and I can't wait to catch y'all on the other side of this. To donate or support, you can cash out our production company at $ Evangelist Angie B or PayPal AngieBProductions@gmail.com. To support me and the show directly, you can cash at me at $ T-the-Uncool. Besides all that, man, have a good day, peeps. And remember, be blessed, be uncool.
I'm the one they talking, then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh.
Angie B. presents a book signing and meet and greet. Join us Saturday, April 27th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Best Western Plus in Kingsland, Georgia. Admission for attendees is free. Pre-order your lunch for only $15. Shop with vendors, purchase books and audiobooks, participate in our many writing workshops, enjoy networking, and so much more. A book signing and a meet and greet takes place Saturday, April 27th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 1375 Hospitality Avenue, Kingsland, Georgia. For vendor registration, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. We look forward to seeing you there.
I got my luggage packed. You might be able to see it back there. I got my books packed. I got a bag packed. I got some shoes packed. I got some. Anyway, yes, I'm packed and ready to head to Kingsland, Georgia. This is the kickoff of our book tour, our meet and greet tour. we've been on tour one way or another since pre-COVID, and it gives us an opportunity to get out and meet each other. We get to meet entrepreneurs, community leaders, ministry leaders, and it just is always a collaboration of love, because these books ain't going nowhere. We order them; they just sit. So we got to bring them to you. So if you'd like to join us in Kingsland, Georgia, we do have a food vendor who's taking food orders, and just a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening. Sister Tina is going to be there with her book, The Prayer Warrior, her novel. And she is a visual storyteller. So just talking to her about the book has just been illuminating for me. These kids are praying in the atmosphere. And so shout out to Debbie Scarborough. She is with AMBA, and she is one of our sponsors. She will be talking to people about her benefit program. She's got this program that I have, that if you go out of town and you get sick, like I did, or you get hospitalized, like I did, and you miss your flight, like I did, and the ambulance got to come get you, like they did, then this policy can reimburse you for some of that. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So she'll be doing a meet and greet during that time, and her meet and greet will be over lunch. Look at the lunch menu: Hattie's, baked goods, and more. Lumpia, you can either get chicken, pork, or beef. The dessert menu look like it's off the chain: lemon pound cake, German chocolate cake, banana pudding, or the best of both worlds cake. I don't know what flavor that is, but it sounds delicious to me. So you can just call them directly and place your lunch order. You get a drink along with that. $15, you can't beat it. You paying them directly, so you ain't got to worry about me forgetting or not writing stuff down or whatever. But that's the lunch menu for Kingsland, Georgia. And shout out as well to my publisher, Ladero Press, who has consistently supported me whenever I tried to go out to sell the books that they are publishing for us. So, okay, it's time to bring my guest back in, Sister Lewis, because we got more questions for you.
Yes, so, yes. Come on with them.
Yes. I got to bring the book tour to Toledo. Well, I know we got to go to Dayton, Ohio, so that's kind of close. Yeah,
it is.
Gotta get up there.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, next question for you is about writing. How do you decide what you want to write about?
I tell you, it's a little process for me. I used to try to take pen and paper and say, okay, I'm going to write something. But now that I'm older and wiser, I have generally written my prayers in a story form.
Wow.
Or when I have a God moment, I have so many. I don't want to show them to you now because they're a mess. But I call them my God moments. When something happens, or I'm in a situation and we're just talking. Like when we were on the phone that day, we were chatting that day. I call that a God moment because we start talking about a bunch of different challenges. And who knew that you and I would be sharing so many challenges? I call that a God moment. So we have those moments all throughout the day. I believe everybody has them. And I write little notes down. And then I sit down and I write about what happened and how I saw God in that moment.
Oh. Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. So they can be about anything, about the baby or the dog or just life, little things. It doesn't have to be a whole great big thesaurus of synonyms and just plain old talking.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is what will touch somebody's heart.
And then with an anthology like we're in, the visionary will usually give you a
Yes.
topic. Like we're all going to write about how we lost our
Correct.
hair, or we all going to write about why we love
Yes.
hoop earrings, or we all going
Yes.
and even though six
And we
or seven
do.
people, right. And even though several people may
Yes.
have the same topic, their story can still be completely different.
Completely different. Completely
Mm-hmm.
different.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different. We're all walking on different paths
Yes.
that brought us together on this journey.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited for our next anthology to come through, the Thrive Her.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that one.
Tell us what the topic is for that one.
Thrive Her, the visionary is Sonia McKenzie and Alexandra Johnson is our publisher, editor. They are fantastic people, fantastic women, great vision. And it was just briefly, it was how you survive or how you thrive after a struggle. Now, my words are not her words on for the caption of the book, but that's the premise of it. And when you think about various challenges that were monumental in your life then, they may not be so monumental now because you've
Right.
moved away from them. You've
Right.
grown
Right.
through them. You've thrived and survived through them.
Right.
So that's what
Right.
it's about.
Right. Right. I'm excited
Yeah.
about my next project that's coming out. It's uh the Me Project. And
Yes.
the visionary is Alexandria Johnson. She's over in the Bahamas. So I
Yes,
pray
she
she
is.
has a book signing so we
Yes.
can go.
And we can go there. Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Alexandria, please have a book signing. Please have a book signing.
Yes.
But
Yes. Yes.
this was a woman's guide to thriving in singlehood. Well, I'm
yes. Oh, yes.
yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
coming off of a 10-year marriage and my third marriage, and crying out to God and
Mhm.
healing from injuries as I'm going through a divorce, and looking at, okay, what does singlehood look like when
Mhm.
you're recovering and of an interesting age, and
Yes.
you only serve the Lord with gladness. I mean, what
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I was so grateful that they gave us a large word count, because sometimes in the
Oh,
anthologies you
yes.
only got 250 words or something like that.
Mm-mm.
I think she let us write 20,000 where I can't
2,000,
remember, but it was a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
Yes.
thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Because I was just banging it out
Oh,
on the keyboard.
yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And I'm so
So right.
now you're talking about 10 years, right? I had 20 plus years of being single after divorce. Oh,
Wow.
yes. And now I'm married. We've been married 18 years now.
Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Me too.
There's hope for all of us. Hope for all of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I tell you what, if you're
Yeah.
looking for a reason to write, and the topics in these anthologies do not give you enough reason, I
Mhm.
want to encourage you based upon what I saw in Sister Lewis. She wrote a book. She was in an anthology. She did all the promotion, and she started a website. And then she was asking all the
Yes.
books. What do you
Yes.
think about this?
I
What
am
is that
so
journey like?
tickled. It's been frustrating. It's been exasperating. It's been energizing, exhilarating, and it's mostly been that I created my website. I feel proud of that because I didn't consider myself a techie. So what I did is I paid GoDaddy, and GoDaddy walked me right through. And then I didn't need GoDaddy. But I did that, and I can refresh it when I want to. And you can go to the website. You can see what's coming up next. I'm working on a newsletter now. You can do
Oh,
it. If I can do it, everybody can do it.
Absolutely.
Got to put the time in and I had to give myself grace when I got so frustrated that I'm like, oh, this is too much. And it's done.
That is encouraging. That because when I became injured, I retired. I had been an entrepreneur for 20 something. My 32-year-old says I've been an entrepreneur all her life, but I think she might be exaggerating.
Probably
Well,
right,
no,
huh?
she probably is. She probably is. But it was a humbling process to say I built this agency and now it's time to set it down. It's so many people build their businesses to leave it to their children. Their children don't want they don't want to deal with
They
that.
don't want that.
They're gonna sell it or hire somebody else to run it. So I said, okay, it's time to retire. We're gonna set that down. Every now and then, right. Every now and then I've come out of retirement. Like I worked on a project for Triumphant Magazine, and I love Teresa Jordan, and so she asked. I can't say no, but it is a believable aspect of life when you're building, like you're building your website, and then you're setting it down.
Yeah.
And both of those issues are humps that you may be going through. You may be trying to leave your job to go into ministry full time, or grow your business, or have injuries and not be able to keep a steady job because of whatever illness or injury, upcoming surgeries, and you're not alone. You're not by yourself. You definitely.
No. And these things happen in life, not because we are of a certain age, but they happen with all ages. With all ages, babies are born and have to have surgery. Teenagers have to have surgeries. Toddlers have to have surgery or fall. And it's just part of life. It's that hump in life. Yeah.
So you have to be patient with yourself.
Oh, yes.
You have to. And realize, I have studied mental health awareness and been in programs and spoken with counselors for many years, and you always have the ye of little faith. You don't have, you're not praying, you're not fasting enough to be your body is the temple of the Lord, and and then you've got the take your meds. Take your prayer, take your fat, put it all together in a blender.
Yes, right.
Yes,
that's right.
So don't deny yourself the blessing that God has given us by medical professionals who have studied for decades to be able to look at your foot and say, hey, this is what's going on with it.
You mentioned mental health. Mental health. Our community, I think we're getting a little bit better now, acknowledging mental health, our own mental health, our own struggles. And I hope that we're getting a little bit better when we go and see someone to talk with and talk to our primaries. Because there's so many things that contribute to how you feel. Whether you feel up today or down today, there are hormones, there are chemicals in our bodies. And if they're not just so, then we're going to be off balance one way or another. So I hope that we are, like I keep saying, I hope we're getting better about acknowledging and taking care of our own mental health.
Yes, I hope so as well. I truly do. Because it's not fair. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to your community. And we have to do a better job about taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more question before we get out of here.
All right.
Somebody wants to know, have we tried the new hair growth prescription? Have you tried it?
No.
The new one? No.
No.
Okay. Me neither.
Am I going to? No. Thank you.
Do we have any problems with anybody who may want to try it? No.
Absolutely Yeah, I'm happy for you. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Like Oprah
I'm,
said, if that works for you, that's good. I'm happy for you. I'm not doing it. So this is working for me. But you
it's
go
good.
do it.
It's good for me. It's good for me.
Yeah, it's good for me. This is good for me.
Yeah. Oh, it feels so good. Yeah. Yeah. I got
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Let me tell you this one quick little thing. When I was first diagnosed with alopecia, felt like when I walked in the room, everybody was looking at my head. And for a
Yeah.
while, I'm like, oh my gosh, I came in with this huge coat of armor. And
Mm-hmm.
then one day, when I walked in the room, I said, oh, they're not looking at my head. They're looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in and I accepted and I just garner with my presence. Because
Mm-hmm.
God gives me a presence. He gives you a presence. So when people
Mm-hmm.
see us, they're not saying, oh, they're saying, oh, I
Oh,
see
yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
see you, Miss
Yeah.
Lady. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to
Mm-hmm.
learn
Mm-hmm.
to take care of ourselves and pull ourselves
Yes.
and just go on and just walk in the room because we own every space we're in.
Yes. Every space. Every
Every
space.
space.
And that's a
Yes.
blessing.
It
That
is a
is
blessing.
definitely a blessing. When my daughters were younger, I used to tell them it's the fine factor. You are so fine that you have to factor in that you just
That's
can't
right.
weigh anything. Because them boys in
No,
school need to
ma'am.
get an education. And they're not going to get one if they're looking at, it's the
All of that.
fine factor. We have to
That's right.
understand that
That's
we get
right.
jobs that we ain't qualified for because we fine. We get,
And
we get,
what did Don say? We say the other day, favor. What did she say? She serves an uncommon, favorable God, or something
yeah,
like that.
yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
like that. I didn't
yeah, yeah.
quite right the way there.
Yeah. But that makes a big difference. But when you know that within yourself,
Oh,
you
yes.
tend to not have to fall into the traps of, well, let me do
Oh, no.
this for
No,
this,
no.
and let me do
Mm-mm.
that for
Mm-mm.
this, and let me do
Mm-mm.
him for the. You got to
Mm-mm.
fall in those.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You got to fall in them
Mm-mm.
traps.
Mm-mm.
Them traps.
Mm-mm.
That's good.
Not at all.
That's
Not
good.
not at all. And our young ladies will learn that, and our young men will too.
Well, it is my goal in life to teach as many of them as I can. And if all I
Mm-hmm.
can do is
Mm-hmm.
share something that I learned from you, Sister Lewis, then I think we're doing all right. Yeah. Yeah. We
I think we're
gotta
doing pretty good.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, we are.
Now,
We are.
as we close out the show, I want to invite you Mother's Day weekend. We're going to be live for 24 consecutive hours talking about
Mm.
mood disorders and new parents. I always
Oh
thought
yes.
about, yeah, the postpartum that the mother
Postpartum
gets,
depression. Yeah.
but I never knew that fathers go through changes
Oh
too.
yes. Oh
And
yes.
so
Yes.
we're going to be on the air from 10 a.m. Saturday morning to 10 a.m. Sunday morning, just like Lou Rawls and Sammy.
Yes.
And yeah,
Uh,
just yeah,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, the muscular
Negro. Oh,
dystrophy.
that's
Jerry
right.
Lewis.
Yes. Yes.
Yep, yep.
Very
We're gonna
good.
be on several different social media websites: YouTube, Twitter, X, Facebook, and several Facebook groups. And we're going to be raising money for Maternal Matters Favored,
Okay.
mmfavored.org. So we're going to end up the show tonight with a video to tell you more about the event and a beautiful song by Overseer Sydney. And
Okay.
I love this song because it kind of represents this show. You may be up, you may fall down, but hey, God's got us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, he
God's got
does. Yes, he does.
All right. Thank you for being my guest tonight. And if it's the Lord's will, I'll see you on Facebook tomorrow. Love you, Sister
Oh,
Lewis.
I love you. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Sitting here all alone, no one to pick up the phone. And it's just me. The problem that I have to face is staring me in the face. And it's just me. No longer will I try to hide the demons that I've locked inside, for they're wearing me down, way down. I'm falling. I need you to catch me, 'cause I'm falling and I can't get up. 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 I'm staring in outer space. I'm lost without a trace. And there's nowhere to run or hide. No longer will I fear. I'm finally facing my fears, 'cause I'm all straight out and cried out. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. Why don't you catch me? 'Cause I'm falling and I can't get up. 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 Oh, I'm falling. Can't get up. Knock and it shall be open. Seek and you shall find. Call his name, Jesus. Sing it now. Knock and it shall be open. Seek and you shall find. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.